Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not, and welcome to the road to Halloween Horror Month 2025. At the end of September, recorded at the end of August. Because I'm in a hurry, I'm itching to watch some of the movies that I have, so. Just itching. And I wanted to do this first 13 days of spooky TV episodes I will be talking about. And, we're going to be talking about an episode of Goosebumps today, but before we get to that, also each day, we're going to be putting together the background for Halloween Horror Month. I have put together 13 pieces to put this together between steelbooks and figures, Funkos, shirts, and other items. 13, one for each day. So let's go ahead. Beginning of each episode, we're going to do that. So we're going to start with the Halloween Trilogy 4K Steelbook. Michael, I took the slip off, so Michael's face is just. We're going to put it right here. There. Center of the thing. And then each day we're going to add to it. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and sit down and talk about the episode of Goosebumps. We're going to talk about the episode Night of the Living Dummy 3. So I was trying to figure out what episode to do. I decided not to do an episode that I have on DVD, but to find one off YouTube, because they got a bunch of them on YouTube. And do that, because the ones that I'm doing on DVD, I'm doing in order of release. And I don't remember what it would be the next episode I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure it probably won't be anything exciting. So, we're just going to talk about Night of the Living Dummy 3. I've already done Night of the Living Dummy 2. There was no Night of the Living Dummy 1 episode-wise. There's a book, but Slappy was barely in it, so they didn't use that for the first one. They did the second one. And then they made Night of the Living Dummy 3, starring Hayden Christensen from Star Wars and Jumper, and also Belinda Metz from So Weird is the mom in this, and and the episode is about this family. The dad has a whole bunch of ventriloquist dummies, and he buys a Slappy, or he finds Slappy somewhere, and their cousin. He has two kids, Trina and Daniel, and their cousin Zane is coming to visit. And every time he comes to visit, Trina and Daniel pull these horrible pranks on him. So, yes, but now Slappy is in the mix. I like this one better than 2 because there's 3 episodes with Slappy. And this is my favorite one because I just feel this one he's at his most diabolic, I guess. The next one, he's after a bride. The previous one, he's doing something, but I don't know. And yeah, that last one ended with no. That's the next one ends with a weird cliffhanger, so never mind. I'm not getting into that. This one has a cliffhanger too. But that's what ended with Slappy's head being smashed to pieces. But when you see him in this one, it's just his eye that popped out, just like a puzzle piece. Yeah. But yeah, we start. This is one of those episodes that they put out on a DVD and VHS, so it has an intro with R.L. Stine where he shows up awkwardly. Hello, I am R.L. Stine. I write the Goosebumps books. Today's episode is Night of the Living Dummy 3. And he's got a puppet version of himself there. Pretty good looking puppet, after all things considered. He looks just like him. Even got the mole and everything. Yeah. And he introduces it, and then we start. Trina is investigating a noise she heard in the attic. And the amount of times these people go to their damn attic in this episode, it's like, Jesus. She goes up there. She heard a noise, and the puppet Rocky is talking. And she's like, "Oh, I know it's you, Daniel. By the way, growing up, I had a crush on this girl here. She's a cute. She's still cute now, but she's old. She's like 40. But 40 in her 40s. I want to. This came out in what, 97? She looked like she was 13, 14 here, maybe. 97, I was 10, so put that in, right? I don't know. Maybe it's a 98 episode. I didn't look. But, I had a bit of a crush growing up with her. But, Canadian girl. In the far north. I live in Minnesota. She's in the far north. Anyway, Daniels came up and said, "Hey, I heard a noise. What's going on?" Because apparently everyone hears the noise. Except for the parents. The parents never hear any of the noises. Ever. But, she said, "Oh, it's not you. Then who is it?" And then the dummy starts talking again, and they just kind of look at each other like, and it's their dad. So, yeah. And he shows them he's got a new puppet, Slappy, that he got when he was out of town. And like I said, his head was smashed in the last one, but now it's just a little puzzle piece around the eye, or it's around this eye, excuse me. And it pops out, but then he fixes it with the super glue. And then the next day, they tell them that their cousin Zane is coming to visit. And they're like, "Oh no, not Zane. He's a stick in the mud. He's boring." But if they pull pranks on him every time, they're like, "Oh yeah, Zane! Ha! We get to prank him." Not, "Oh no, Zane." Oh. I don't know. I really don't know. But yes, Zane is played by Hayden Christensen. Oh boy, if you thought his acting was bad in the Star Wars prequels. Yes, it can get worse than that. It just, the way he acts in this. I don't know if it's a conscious choice that they told him you have to act nervous all the time, but I don't know. His acting is something else here. And he can't act. He's good in Jumper, and he's fine in Star Wars. Except when he has to emote, because he just comes off as a big fucking whiny baby. Liar! Like, no, there was no other take for that. You couldn't. One of the most fiercest villains in the galaxy. Liar! Lovely. Anyway. So he's all nervous and everything, and he likes to take the pictures, this guy. He's a photographer, right? By the way, I should mention that, not Amy, that's the last one. Trina. Every time I say Trina, I think of Victorious, and I hear in my head, Chicago, Chicago. No, Trina had read the card. So this, for the first half, it's this prank stuff. And you're supposed to believe that it's Slappy, because she read the card, and the stuff starts to happen. We'll get to it. That's what you're supposed to believe. And the second half kind of gets to the whole Slappy stuff, the big facing off against Slappy type situation. Anyway, so that night they go to bed. After spending some time a little bit, they go to bed. And Zane wakes up to a couple of dummies in his room. Rocky's there. Why is it that movie pillows always burst easier than pillows in real life? Because you could beat someone senseless with a pillow and it won't break. This one, you hit someone a couple times, feathers stuffing everywhere. Whereas my brother and I used to have pillow fights when we were young, man. We used to beat each other senseless with pillows and nothing. Pillows in movies and TV, man, so easy to break. Yes, I know they're gimmicked. Another gimmick, okay, not the type of, but they're supposed to be. I know, but it's just, it just, the believability, the put on my suspenders of disbelief because I wanted it to happen in real life, although technically it didn't. Because you know how mad my mom and my grandma would be if we were beating each other with pillows and there's fluff everywhere. But yeah, I don't know. And so, of course, I do like this because Trina comes in. And they're like, what'd you do? Said, I didn't do it. It's got to be Daniel. Daniel comes in and goes, oh, what's going on? Oh, hey, cool. Snow. And they're like, she's like, no, you guys are in trouble. We're going to clean this up. Zane, would you like some ice cream? I'm like, what the? Ice cream? Really? And then I was like, yeah, no, don't even think about it. You two are cleaning this up. They didn't do it. Now, here's the thing. Every time something happens, they both claim either of them did it. And they're both, like, at each other. It's not just the parents. There are times they're arguing. And Trina will say, well, I didn't do it. And he will go, well, I didn't do it. And none of them stop to talk to think, well, if you didn't do it, right? Did you really not do it? No. Did you really not do it? No. Then who did it? And there's two conclusions you can come up with here. Either dolls are alive, which is what you're supposed to believe, or the real obvious thing, Zane did it. But they never come up with that. Especially with this next one. By the way, when they're leaving, the mom is talking to Zane, and she's like, well, you like chocolate on your ice cream? Oh, yeah. Gooey red stuff? Gooey red stuff. Strawberry syrup? Is that what the gooey red stuff is supposed to be? Gooey red stuff. I don't know. I didn't think of it as strawberry syrup. Because and yes, I say strawberry. Strawberry syrup? That's the only thing I think of for maybe cherry syrup or something. Gooey red stuff. Is that an aversion to blood? I don't know. But the next day, Zane is showing them how to develop pictures, because this is the 1990s, and we didn't have digital pictures yet. So yes, he's showing them how to, in the dark room that doesn't have, maybe it does have red lighting, I don't know. And in the picture, there's regular pictures, and then there's pictures with the dolls. And Trina and Daniel are like, we didn't do it. We don't know how to work a camera. And so they get in trouble with their parents, but their parents should take one look at this and go, yeah, our kids have no idea how to work a camera, so who did this? Right? But no, the whole thing is that the kids have to get in trouble, so they get in trouble. Even though common sense, like the parents would know that their kids don't know how to work a camera. Who's the only person who knows how to work a camera? Zane. And this is where it should be obvious to the viewer watching this that it's not the dummies, because how could the dummies take pictures? Right? Yeah. So now it's dinner time, and they got all the chores done. It's dinner time, and yeah, Zane is setting the table, or they set the table. The kids set the table, and then Zane leaves for a minute, and then they the dad said, hey, let me just show you the dummies aren't bad. So he's got Slappy there. Now keep in mind, he's got Slappy on his lap this whole time. That's later though. Slappy, oh that's right, never mind. There's Slappy and he's talking and stuff. And Slappy asking to kick Zane, which causes Zane to freak out. And then they go to eat dinner, and there's puppets all over the place in there. Dummies all over the place in there. Even one in the thing. And the kids are now whole bunch of trouble, having to do yard work and such. They've had enough. They know they didn't do this, so they have to put their foot down and figure out who it is. So Trina goes up to hide in the attic, because we gotta go back there. The dad has packaged up all his, I don't know why I said that, all of his dummies into a box and taped it. And even a kid in 1990 whatever, 97, 98, could look at this and go, can they just take the duct tape off? Because because Trina goes up and she catches Daniel, and Daniel says, no, I've been up here all night waiting for someone to come up, and who I see? Trina. And then they hear another noise. And for some reason, they don't know that it's Zane. Or he does, like, it's Zane. He's just like, who? Zane. Like, he can't hear him. Like, she can't hear him for some reason. But he comes up, he's got a little knife. He comes up like this. Oh, boy. He comes up like this. He's like, oh, boy. Oh, what I do? I think I'll put you up my ass. And, I think I'll put you in the shower, and you hang outside my window. And then they catch him, and it cuts away. Like we see, doesn't cut away. They catch him. They run down the stairs. Slappy comes running. This is our first instance of Slappy's alive. It's a person in a suit, just like they did with Chucky. But he comes running up. They don't see him. No, we cut. We don't see them tell the parents. We don't see Zane get in trouble. We just cut to he's cutting grass with one of the oldest looking lawnmowers. It's a push mower. A push mower. Even in 1990s when this came out, that was dated. Maybe Canada's just a decade behind. According to my How I Met Your Mother, they are like a decade behind. But anyway. Yeah, and he's like, well, I'm sorry I pranked you, and they gave him some water or whatever, lemonade, whatever. Yeah, so now everything is happy, and the parents are going to go out, so nothing bad can happen. While they're talking, though, you see Rocky and Slappy doing something in the background. Yeah, so everyone leaves. By the way, this is during the day, and by the time we go back to them, it's nighttime. And they don't notice anything was done till night. The parents don't notice. They're starting to do this during the day. Do they hide until? I don't know. But like, hey, we're gonna watch a monster movie marathon tonight. It's gonna be cool. Joe Bob's on TNT. It's 98. It's still a thing. That's what made me think of. But yeah. And then one of them, I think Trina goes down. Or maybe it's Zane, because they go down. He goes down, and he sees them. He's like, guys, or no, it is Trina. She's like, Zane. He's like, what? Wait, I didn't do that. Then one's in the water cooler, and he's like, there's no way you could fit something in there. I'm like, well, yeah, even if you could, how do you get him in there and keep the water in there without everything falling out when you move it? That doesn't make any sense. And then Slappy, you could hear him get on the table, by the way. He's just there, and they're like, Slappy, how did he get there? I don't know. You guys are funny, not us. Didn't you say that Slappy kicked you? Well, I thought it was your dad just doing something. Dad wouldn't do that. By the way, Zane didn't think that this is weird. I guess he just thought it was. He's like, okay, Slappy, old buddy, old pal, kick me. I dare you. I double dare you. Come on. Why won't he kick me then? Then he kicks him. And I love Slappy's reply. You didn't say please. So yeah, Slappy's alive. And they take him down pretty quick because, he's a dummy. You're calling a dummy. No, he's a dummy. They take him down. And they put him in his gigantic ass box. And they throw him down the well. Yeah, when I watched the Annabelle, the prequel, the Annabelle creation, I think of this episode, Goosebumps, with that. So, yeah. Throw them down the well, and they're like, oh, I think we're going to go to bed now. No movie marathon for us. Sorry, Joe Pop. So they go to bed, and Slappy jump scares Trina. Chicago. Jump scares Trina. With a frog, too. And she freaks out, and Daniel shows up, and she's like, Slappy! Slappy! So he's like, where? And he walked on the wall. There's footprints on the wall. I don't know what he's doing. And then they're like, Zane! He somehow got out of the room without Daniel seeing him, and got to Zane's room and locked the door. And he uses magic stinky breath to possess him, to turn Zane into a dummy. And they much like they do with Slappy, they go between a real dummy and Hayden Christensen with a costume on. And it's more obvious than with the other dummy because they didn't even try with the way that the Zane dummy and stuff looks. No. Well, they end up back. They figure out they have to read the card backwards, which is how you do it in the books and stuff. So they go back to the well and bring up the box. It's not there. Slappy must have it. So they find it. They take him down. They read the thing backwards, and it seems to work even with Rocky, but Zane is still a dummy, so of course it doesn't work, but didn't work, but they just think he's gone, and he pops up, Slappy instructs Rocky to take care of them, but Trina tells Rocky, our dad found you, he put you back together, he cares about you, you're family, you're part of our family. So Rocky turns on Slappy, throws him out the window. Slappy gets struck by lightning and dies. Everything's back to normal now. Everyone's back to normal. The dummies are dummies. And Zane's back to normal. And yeah, so their uncle shows up to pick up Zane. And they're like, Zane's like, hey, maybe you guys can come to my house. My house. Next time. And like, I was like, hey, we were thinking of sending them to you for Christmas. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're just going to send the kids somewhere else for Christmas? Are you going to send their presents with you? Are you going to celebrate before and after they come back? You're just going to get rid of your kids for Christmas? Canadian Christmases, my God. Is that a Canadian standard? We give our kids away for Christmas? So they got to leave and they're like, we'll see you. And then Zane's head flips around on his body. It's the thumbnail. See you real soon, cousins. It turns back around. Nobody sees this. The uncle doesn't see this. They get in the car. So what does this mean? It's something that people are trying to figure out. Does Slappy possess him? Was he a puppet for too long and now he's sort of a puppet? But if he's a puppet, why is he evil? Has he just inherited Slappy's evil? Did when Slappy's breath... Because it's not like he turned him into a puppet and he's evil. Because you can hear him inside the puppet going... like he wants out when he talks. It's a very help me kind of a voice. I don't know, Slappy. What did he say? Or something like that. It's very, like he's scared. My nose is itching. I don't know what. People thinking about me, please. But, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And then, come back to R.L. Stine. And, R.L. Stine says goodbye. Have a good night. And then he's flipped up like a puppet. And the puppeteer goes, have a spooky night. And then it ends. Yeah. It's memorable, I'll tell you that much. This is my favorite of the 3 Slappy episodes. But yeah, just Hayden Christensen's non-acting in this is just, I don't know. Like, the acting from the kids in general is not good. The adults are fine. And the guy playing Slappy, he nails it. The guy voicing Slappy, he nails it. But, I don't know. The kids, and it's kids, you gotta be more lenient with kids, but except for Hayden Christensen, because you know that his acting doesn't get much better. I don't understand it either. Maybe it's just the scripts or something. Maybe it's the direction, because you gotta give directors to that too. Maybe it's the direction. I don't know. I really don't know. But, so what are your thoughts on this episode? Let me know in the comments, share, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.